Hey guys, and welcome. So it does look like we'll try doing that mod. We're gonna give up here. I believe our next goal.
Yes.
Indeed.
Yes.
Is to open the Frostback Mountains here. We're taking Sten along because we are planning on doing his mission today. I'm getting that over with here. Do I need to sell anything? Excuse me. It doesn't look like it. So we'll continue. Very good.
I shall do it.
No talk?
About time.
Right there.
Enemy
warning.
It shall be.
I'll try to be merciful. Watch out!
Good job, crew.
It is begun. I shall do it. It shall be done.
See anything interesting? Nope. Oh, it's okay.
Very well. As you say.
Alright. So let's go take care of...
All the Darkspawn are fleeing the underground, and we are going there.
Oh, my. I did not expect it to be this crowded.
Look at all these people hawking their wares. It's almost like a little city.
Yeah, because it is. Okay, we'll wait for those two. Let's take care of the deserter.
You have some kind of problem?
I do.
Oh? What is this about?
I'm here to bring you in for desertion.
I worried this might happen. I hoped it wouldn't be you who came for me. I have no choice. Forgive me, Warden, but I cannot go back with you.
I don't need to forgive you.
It is begun.
Good. And I believe that quest is completely done. Yes. Okay, and there was... Okay, that's going on Morgan. Let's go talk to our...
You can stop flinching, Sten. I'm not going to harm you.
I do not fear harm to myself.
What is that supposed to mean?
An unbound mage is like a wildfire, as prone to simply consume itself as it is to devour all that surrounds it.
I do wish you wouldn't refer to mages as it.
What can I do for you?
I have a note here from your master.
This ought to be interesting. Such diction. This man is a true scholar and rhetorician. I am honored to be fired by one such as he. Good day.
Alright, and we delivered all those.
Oh, you wish to talk to me? Truly, it's a courtesy for one so well-armed to notice a lowly merchant.
You live on the surface?
Someone has to. Trade with other races can dry up. We surfacers are Orzammar's lifeline. Even if we're denied a caste, the Assembly says we've turned our back on the stone, but they still use the goods we bring. Hypocrites.
That's not right. Someone should do something.
Maybe it'll change by the time my children are grown.
I highly doubt that. How often do you restock in Orzammar?
Twice a year. I'm confined to a trade stall in the Commons, but I see enough. It's very closed in. My grandfather says I've lost my stone sense. I was born topside. I don't remember having it.
Never mind, I should go.
Best of luck to you.
Alright. Now. Oh. I don't know what happened there. But we will save because it did something funky.
Step right, maker's breath. Oh, beg your pardon, friend. You, startled me a bit.
Your friend, right?
You've, heard of me?
Where is my sword?
I don't know what you mean, sir.
Just kill him, Sten. We can search his belongings for it.
I don't have it. I swear by Andraste's knickers. I sold it on the way here.
Andraste Knickers. Who did you sell it to?
A dwarf near Redcliffe. Dwyn, I think his name was.
Dwayne, I know him.
He's the one who has the sword, I promise you. Said he was a collector.
We'll see.
I'd like to see your wares.
Oh, certainly.
And then this is why I like bringing Sten. Andraste's Knickers. Because I need more than that. Alright. Well, let's go talk to our hound buddy.
Good-looking Mabari you have there.
Yes, his name is Barkspawn.
The Mabari is the king of dogs. Respect him and he will be your closest companion, and your most loyal defender.
You seem to know quite a bit about Mabari.
I was chosen by a Mabari myself years ago. I was one of the Ash Warriors, under the command of the old King Merrick. We laid down our lives for the king and for freedom, and my beloved Valder paid the ultimate price. Nothing was the same after that.
What do you mean nothing was the same?
They say a Mabari bonds with his human, but they often leave out that the bond goes both ways. No other Mabari could have taken his place. What is an Ash Warrior without his hound? There was nothing for me there anymore, and so I left.
I understand the life of a warrior is hard.
Look at me. I'm an old man. There is no place for me on the battlefield. I know about the Blight. And were I but 10 years younger, I would fight. But my time has passed.
Then I wish you well.
Wait a moment. Perhaps there is something I can do to help. You must know about Caddis, the paint we use to create patterns on the fur of the Mabari.
Yes, I do. What about him?
I know some old patterns from a generation ago. I can teach them to you in exchange for some coin.
Yeah, show me. Alright. Let's see what you got here. Ooh, I like that one. I like that one too, but I think this one is the best one. Alright. Alright, guys.
Very well.
Another fight. Interesting. Are you serious? You again. Alright. Morgue.
Are all Kunari as quiet as you are?
Are all mages as chatty as you?
That's fair.
That's fair. Alright, and our last one.
Yes?
I'm sorry to tell you that your husband is dead.
No, I can't believe this. I won't.
And done with that.
Your efforts are greatly appreciated.
Uh-huh.
The Irregulars thank you.
Are we done then? Where's the wheel? Yes, okay. I gotta go down that way. Let's do that one first.
A little something extra.
Excuse me. Alright. We're getting stuff done today.
Phew, some fight. Reminds me why I left Orzammar in the first place.
Why is that?
Constant fighting. A warrior's life there is blood, ash, and dust. Though I'm not sure who's dirtier. These creatures are darkspawn.
I'm looking for a Kunari sword you bought.
Now, why would you be interested in that? It's mine. You know, Farron didn't mention the giant he took it from was alive.
Why don't you just give up the sword and we'll go?
Excellent idea. It's in my strongbox. Here's the key. Now, why don't you leave me alone?
If you got more in there, I'm taking the whole lot.
I shall do it.
Oh, stuck. Okay.
Strange. I had almost forgotten it. Completion. Are you sure you are a Grey Warden? I think you must be an Ashkari to find a single lost blade in a country at war.
You're welcome, Sten.
I would thank you for this, if I knew how. And I could deliver a much more satisfying answer to the Arishok's question if the Blight were ended. Don't you agree?
Absolutely.
Then lead the way.
Let's see. Codex entry, way here in the bottom. His sword and his honor restored, Sten chose to continue with Alara and take the battle to the archdemon. I mean, it's not as good as what he's got, but it's personal, and that's probably the last time I'm gonna take him anyway. So.
Enchantment? Enchantment!
If there's anything I can do for you, please, please tell me. I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
And with your discount.
You have my thanks.
Oh, shit. I just gave the wrong one.
Unexpected. Thank you.
That's okay. Okay, we'll hold on to those.
Very well.
Still don't have enough of those. That's for later. Alright. And we're gonna switch it up again.
Yes.
Yes.
Indeed.
Clunk, 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 clunk. Gosh, Shale. I know you're made of stone, but Lord. We'll never be able to sneak up on anybody with her.
King Loghain will not...
Vieta! This land is held in trust for the sovereign dwarven kings. I cannot allow entry at this time.
King Loghain demands the allegiance of the Desher, or lords, or whatever you call them in your assembly. I am his appointed messenger.
I don't care if you're the king's wiper. Orzammar will have none but its own until our throne is settled.
I have urgent need to talk to your king.
Who doesn't? If I don't get in, no one should.
Orzammar has no king. Endrin Idukan returned to the stone not 3 weeks ago, sick over the loss of his sons. The assembly has gone through a dozen votes without agreeing on a successor. If it is not settled soon, we risk a civil war.
I'm a Grey Warden. This treaty obligates the Orzammar into aiding me.
The Wardens killed King Caelan and nearly doomed Ferelden. They're sworn enemies of King Loghain.
Well, that is the royal seal. That means only the assembly is authorized to address it. Grey Warden, you may pass.
You're letting in a traitor? And a foreigner? In the name of King Loghain, I demand that you execute this stain on the honor of Ferelden.
Execute me? How about I execute you? That's enough. Raise your blade if you're so tough.
I will at that. I'm a messenger of King Loghain.
Kill each other as you will, but take your sodding fight off my doorstep.
As you wish. My pleasure. And I knew I clicked on the wrong one. You were executed, my friend. Goodbye to you.
I shall do it.
Execute me? I'm gonna execute
You've done me
you.
a service. That
You're
fool
welcome.
Imrek was barking for a week. Are all humans so touched?
No.
You are free to enter Orzammar, Grey Warden. Though I don't know what help you will find.
Alright.
Atrost follow, Warden. Your arrival is a mixed blessing. We prefer that outsiders not witness our infighting, but your presence will be tolerated.
Oh, that's
How
great.
magnificent. These must be the statues of the dwarven paragons.
Imagine if all of those were golems.
Do you think they sell miniatures of these in the city? I would love to have some on my mantle.
Now that's a thing of beauty, daughter. If you work hard like Branka, all Orzammar will know your name.
Mother, I don't want to be like her. She...
Don't say that! Not to me, not to anyone. Get back to the board.
I have a question it may be able to answer, Elder Mage.
Must it always be Elder Mage? I'm not a wizened old crone just yet.
Would it prefer Mage well past her prime don't mind the sagging bits?
You have an odd way of requesting answers to your questions.
I'm curious about the abominations of the tower. Is it possible for such a creature to become human again?
Yes, it is simply very difficult. It requires travel into the Fade.
And? Is the mage the same afterwards as the mage was before?
No, I have never met such a person, but no, they are changed forever.
I understand. Thank you for the answer, wise one.
It shall be done.
The key to the city. While your concerns have merit, the Assembly has made itself clear. Space within the tag is at its premium, but the intended functions of the halls merit the additional resource committed. The statues of the paragons must be the core of the Hall of Heroes. There is no other placement that is so benefit dwarves' interest. It is the first glimpse that the surface ambassadors have of Orzammar, an introduction not just to our living ancestors, but also to the stone from which we are born. They must see it, shape it, before they can understand the complexity of the raw form. The halls must also serve a second purpose. As the last sight of the departing brethren, those who choose to leave must do so with the heavy gaze of our ancestors. At the backs, it is a reminder of duty and consequences. We will promote all manners of trade, but also reinforce those who leave for too long will return as strangers to the stone. From a report of the Assembly Zoning Commission. King Endrin Iduken. Denial of traditions of our people does not qualify as a political technology. Endrin of the House Iduken traced his ancestors back to the Paragon Iduken, the greatest warrior of Orzammar's history, who beat back the Darkspawn hordes in the first Blight. The second son of King Ansgar Iduken, he became heir after his elder brother died in approving. The most respected king in 4 generations, he restored contact with Kal Shirak, the only other remaining city of once vast Dwarven Empire, which has been lost during the first Blight. Okay, now let's click on these. Paragons. As I study among the dwarves, I became aware of their social system was as rigid as the stones that surrounded them. From the lowest servant to the king of Orzammar, each dwarf has a caste, a rigid society standing, which dictates what he may do and how he may do it. What fascinates me then was that the dwarves, stubborn and proud as they may be, have built in a way for even the lowest dwarf to bypass the caste system and reach prominence. Any dwarf who has an achievement significance can be named Paragon, elevating that dwarf above all others. To become a Paragon is to be recognized as essentially a living ancestor. Your words are considered infallible, and the dwarves liken you until godhood. Your family, those who chosen to ascend with you, become the founders of the new line of nobility. Indeed, every existing noble house among the dwarves traces its line back to a founding paragon. It is a rare thing, however. In my visit, I learned that only paragons have been elected in generations. The smith, Branka, excelled for her discovery of the smokeless coal. I met the paragon Branka only once during my stay, and I considered it an odd occasion indeed. Surrounded by those of her house, this ill-tempered woman was draped in the finest clothing and jewelry, and was obviously revered even above the highest nobles, perhaps above even the king. Yet she seemed to enjoy none of it. The burden of being a living legend is great, it appears. Statues of paragons are found throughout Orzammar, though they're nowhere so prominently than in the halls of heroes, through which one passes on entering the surface. It is a breathtaking sight to behold. Great works of stone, all seeming to hold up the ceiling above. It is meant to impress upon visitors to Orzammar of all who have gone before, I think. It is also meant to remind dwarves going to the surface, and thus abandoning their brethren forever, of all they are leaving behind. From the stone of the halls of the dwarves, by Brother Genitivi, Chantry Scholar. Even as we got rid of you, you're still around.
I shall do it. Very well.
Spare a few bits. Show some pity for a poor old man. How did you get in here? A bit of food, my lord. Some coin. For the ancestors' sake.
These are not your ancestors. You taint the memory of our paragons with your presence. Get back to Dusttown where you belong, Brand. Or I'll throw you into the deep roads as a snack for the stalkers.
No. No, don't hurt me. I just wanted some food.
Oh, for love of God. Welcome to the Dwarven politics here.
Show respect, Surfacer. You're in the Hall of Heroes, home to the best of us.
The figures are quite grand indeed.
Paragons, dwarves who achieve such greatness, they're considered ancestors even if they yet walk among us. If only we had one now. A unifier. A voice like that, there would be no dissension.
Perhaps I can help.
Perhaps I don't want you to. A Surfacer should not see us in this kind of disarray. Goodbye, Warden. I hope you're not needed.
Oh, well, apparently I am needed. Alright, guys.
It shall be done.
Let's do this. Out of the Halls of Heroes. And into the comments.
It is the Assembly who makes a king, and a king who nominates his successor. None of it is carried in the blood.
Or, as now, when someone tries using the Assembly to pull a coup. Who's to say what my father said in his final hours, when the usurper Harrowmont was the only one by his side?
I'll have you thrown in prison.
You've bitten off more than you can chew.
Handlers, separate these dashers in the Diamond Quarter. I will not have Balin incite a riot.
You'll not speak that way about the man who should be king!
Dwarves and their tempers.
I won't have fighting in the Commons.
Alright. Lord Pyro Harrowmont. Excuse me. I got a hiccup. No one is born with the rights to the throne. The sitting king may recommend a successor, but the assembly ultimately decides who rule. House Harrowmont is one of the oldest noble houses, as old as Orzammar itself, Endred's most trusted advisor. Harrowmont is well known for being an able administrator and the author of many compromised in the ever-warring assembly. Excuse me, guys. Sorry about that. Balin Adukin. This is a time for action, not cultural debate. Third of the Keen Endren's children, Balin has always been considered the last and the least of his family. Not the heir nor the favorite, and not as accomplished as either siblings. Balin's most nobility trait was his ability to stay out of trouble. Oh, he's sure in the thick of things now, huh?
Son fool, I'll have him in the Legion.
Diamond to the right, proving ground straight.
Vieta, Surfacer. I'm bid to let you walk the Commons, but keep your place. Warden or not, I want order.
The Blight is coming. I need Orzammar's assistance.
Surface problems. Well, we have no king to hear you. You can join the shouting at the Assembly in the Diamond Quarter if you want. Bunch of Desher lords bickering over sand. Balin, Harrowmont. Is one so different? No paragons here.
Paragons?
Surfacers appoint no paragons? Truly, you're lost in all that sky. They are the best of us, declared living ancestors.
Which we just read.
If you must be our warden, at least know us. Go to the Shaper of Memories in the Shaperate, the true bright spot in the Diamond Quarter.
Can the city function like this?
See, that's why I don't want you surfacers seeing our worst. You'll think that's all we are. The market is thin, but busy, and the tavern never closes. Bad blood is usually kept to the proving. Should toss Balin and Harrowmont in there. Sort this all out in a hurry.
I agree. The proving?
Personal battles for honor and ancestor. I don't expect a surfacer to understand. If you must be our warden, at least know us. Go to the Shaper of Memories in the Shaperate, the true bright spot in the Diamond Quarter.
Sounds like Balin and Harrowmont are the ones to talk to.
They've caged themselves for fear of each other. As you've seen, keeping order down among us working people is dodgy. No place for a proper lord. Balin speaks through his second, Vartag Gavorn, in the Assembly. Lord Harrowmont speaks through Dulin Ferender from his estate.
I should get going.
Yes, you should.
We get to choose one.
I shall do it.
The city of Orzammar. The dwarves are laud for their craftsmanship, and the city of Orzammar is one of the finest works of works. Orzammar lies at the heart of the Frostback Mountains, deep underground. The city arcs outward from the royal palace, which is built around a natural lava vent, continually fountaining liquid rock, which both lights and heats the entire cavern. The topmost tier of Orzammar is home to the noble caste, with their places fanning out in both directions from the courts of the king, as well as the Shaperate, which serves as a repository for all dwarven knowledge. The lower tier is the commons, which the merchant caste holds sway, and where the finest works of Orzammar's craftsmen are for sale. In the center of the river of the lava, connected to the commons by a causeway, are the Proving Grounds, a sacred arena where the dwarves, by ancient traditions, settled their disputes. On the other side of the Fury River are the ruins of the old dwarven palaces, fallen into disrepair, which the locals call Dust Town, now homes to the city's castles. On the other side of the river are the deep roads, which once joined the sprawling dwarven empire together, but now, after centuries of darkspawn incursions, are largely sealed off. Nearly all knowledge of the network of the underground passage has been lost, even to its builders. From In Pursuit of Knowledge, The Travels of a Chantry Scholar by Brother Genetivi. Let's go talk to her quick.
Did you see that? I cannot believe what this city has come to.
Morgan, lay down now.
This would never have happened when Endrin was alive.
This Balin, is he the King Eldrin's son?
Aye. What a terrible burden for a father to have only Balin left of 3 fine sons. In the end, Endrin himself recognized that Balin cared for nothing but power. It was Endrin who ordered his son away from his deathbed and embraced Lord Harrowmont as his heir.
What do you know about this Lord Harrowmont?
Lord Harrowmont should be our king. He was King Endrin's closest advisor, the only one he could trust. Endrin himself, ancestors welcome him, asked the Assembly to endorse Harrowmont.
Why such hatred for Balin?
Everybody knows he killed his brother Trian and let his father's favorite son take the blame. And many question whether Endrin died abed, as we were told, or whether Balin helped him along.
Is Harrowmont qualified to rule?
He is a good man and a skilled general. King Endrin trusted him with his life, and I will do no less.
Did you know King Eldrin?
Only as a potential match for one of his sons. He was a good king, stern and fair and just.
How did Endrin die?
He died in bed after his eldest son was murdered, and the Assembly condemned his second son for it. I cannot blame him for preferring to join the ancestors in eternal peace, if Balin didn't murder him himself.
And who are you?
I am Narav Helmi, third daughter of the second matron of House Helmi. And you, stranger? What brings you to Orzammar at such a time?
I am Alara, a Grey Warden, and I'm here seeking aid.
A Grey Warden? That explains why they allowed you past the gates. What kind of aid do you mean?
I have treaty compelling Orzammar to aid against a blight.
A blight? Now? But our warriors are killing each other in the streets. I'm sorry, stranger. I fear there will be no aid for you in Orzammar. If you seek Lord Harrowmont's support, I suggest you talk with his trusted advisor, Dulin Ferender. He might be able to get you an audience.
Mark. Okay, let's... become errand people as one of my...
I should have stuck to common nugs. I've gone and lost them too. I'll never find them the way they skitter.
Common nugs? I don't like those. They look dirty.
No way I'm going back to that supplier in Dust Town. Guess I'm shutting it down.
These things dangerous?
Gotta boil them before roasting, but otherwise no,
Blah.
safe as sand. Some people swear they make good pets. May as well leash a turnip, I say.
If I see any nugs, I'll send them your way.
Good on you, stranger. Only need one to turn this around.
Oh, lordy.
Excuse me, do you have a moment?
In a moment?
Greetings, and welcome to Garen Garrison's luxury goods shop. Wow, there are a lot of you. And I've never seen one of those before. The things they come up with. What was I saying?
Are you alright?
Oh, I was hoping you wouldn't notice. Most people don't anymore. Or maybe they're too polite to mention it. I had a little incident a few years back. Too much time with the raw lyrium ore, you know. Maybe it was a bad vein. I cut myself and the dust got straight in the blood. Since then, it's been a little hard for me to concentrate. Except when forging, then I'm straight as an arrow. Best work I've ever seen. Look around the shop. See for yourself.
Aren't dwarves immune to lyrium effects?
Of course we are. Weak surfacers like you touch the raw ore, and you'll bleed from your eyeballs in hours. Weird seeing how big you are. Even surface dwarves lose it. Us down here, though, we should be able to handle it just fine. Only not too much, and not every day, and not breathing the dust, and not directing the blood. Ancestors' own bad luck.
Let me see your wares. I'm not going to call you
Best
crazy.
in the trade, you know. I worked the ore myself.
Yes, please. Actually, give me those back. Alright guys, when we come back we'll talk to Dagna. We'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye now.